what, in my opinion, it seemed like a short period of time.
I feel like it was. Yeah, I don't know how it got there. It is definitely one of those things where I think, you have a center line and it's whether you're left or right. And it's like all of a sudden you're, the party moves further right or moves further left. But you hear a lot about like today's Republican is, 30 years ago Democrat or something like that. Right. And it just kind of, it shifts, but it's not huge. The shift isn't huge.
There's a lot of overlap.
A lot of overlap. But where I was going with that is over the last 10 years or whatever with the woke thing, it feels like the shift was drastic, really big, really quick. Again, don't, really know how that got there, but it is wild.
I have a theory.
It is wild to see how many people just, kind of like that listen or watch the news. It's all of a sudden that's their belief. It's like, wow, how did that happen so quickly? And how did everyone all of a sudden just become this thing that, you hadn't seen really ever before? But love the go woke, go broke,
Yep.
mentality.
Well, my never to be humble opinion, and with some fact behind it.
Yeah.
And I'll go back a little bit here. So when I grew up, the staple for the baby boomers and the silent generation, 5 o'clock news came on.
Yeah.
Then the national news came on. The morning it was the newspaper, again in the night. And this was where, besides your neighbors who were listening to the same thing, this is pretty much where all your data came from.
Yeah.
A significant portion of it local. And, really much synopsises, unless you had the New York Times or something. Of course, if you had the ability to have the New York Times.
Probably in a different neighborhood.
Yeah, maybe. But people had them in California. People get those subscriptions.
Yeah.
And that was your main feed of information. Well, as you've seen, just by attrition of the silent generation and the baby boomers, the ratings are just going down and down and down and down and down. People aren't watching the evening news.
Yeah.
And of course, newspapers are a thing of the past. Those of you out there that know what a newspaper is,